Hi, this is Paul Hansi again. I'm here this time to talk about incident priorities and the SLAs that relate to those priorities. As a part of every incident that you create, you'll have to select two fields, the impact and the urgency. The impact is intended to be an assessment of how widespread a particular problem is, how many people are being affected by it, in other words. The urgency, on the other hand, is intended to be a measure of how much of a business impact this particular issue is having on those affected people. Together, the impact and urgency calculate to create a priority. Looking at this grid, you can see that there are a few places where combined impact and urgency create a critical priority. Anything that has a low urgency is always a low priority. Most of our incidents typically affect one user or a few users, limiting them to an impact of minor localized or moderate limited. An incident with this impact would never be a critical incident. There are some guidelines in the ServiceNow tool if you hover over the impact and urgency fields to help give you some consistent guides for assessing which impact and urgency to select. The impact and urgency you select are important because the priority determination calculated by those fields drives the service level agreements that we aim for when servicing that particular incident. The following grid shows what the service level agreements look like. There are two that we measure, response time and resolution time. For most incidents of a medium category, we will be responding within an hour and resolving within 2 business days. Critical priority incidents are a particular exception to an important rule. That is that critical incidents run 24/7 and don't stop for any sort of pending time. Other priorities are only tracked during our business hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. The 24-hour consideration of critical incidents is important also because the actions taken when those events happen need to be swifter and more intentional to get attention on the incident. This is typically when the on-call list would be used to page appropriate people, or when the problem management and outage management processes would be engaged to communicate a wider service disruption to the university community.